Hello, my name is Iron and this is Iron's Tech. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a follow-up video on these headphones, which I unboxed a couple of weeks ago. They are by a brand called AVIOT and they are the WA-Q1 headphones. I bought them because they were on-ear headphones. They have noise cancellation, they are very lightweight, and I just kind of like the retro look. After using them for about 2 weeks now, I wanted to share some thoughts. So I've used them in place of my Sony headphones. I've got the Sony 720Ns that I use a lot. Also, I've got some Technics earbuds, and I just used these in place of everything else just to see how they were. First thing I'll say is the construction of these, the build quality has been great. They're really good. They feel pretty solid. There's been no issues with kind of anything breaking or cracking or bending. They're nicely put together. You've got these metal struts on the side. These cables look a bit flimsy, but they've had, there's been no problem at all. You've got metal hinges here and here. This is all metal. Headband's been nice and reliable. It's got this kind of fake leather on it, and a lot of ear pads too. They've held up well. It's only been 2 weeks, I admit, but they've held up nicely. So yeah, build quality, they're great, really good. If we jump to the controls, right, so you've got the buttons all on the right ear cup here. You've got your charging port there, and there's a microphone over here and here. It's volume down, volume up. You've got your power on button in the middle. That's also play and pause. And you've got your noise cancellation button. You can hold down the noise cancellation button and the play pause button to activate some different things. So the noise cancellation button, I believe if you hold that one down, it will activate the low volume limit. So if you've got children using these, you can limit the volume. And then if you hold down the power button, you can put it into low latency mode for playing games. So I have used these actually to play a few games. I'm playing World of Tanks Blitz using these. And yeah, the low latency button is great. It's noticeably better if you turn that on in terms of latency. You do sacrifice a bit of the sound quality. The connection can become a little bit less solid, but it's not bad by any means. But it's good to have that gaming mode, low latency mode available. Yeah, so far build quality is really good. The controls are really easy to understand. They're all physical buttons, so no weird touch controls there. In terms of the fit, I found them fairly comfortable. I'm not used to wearing on-ear headphones. These are on-ear. As you can see, the cups are quite small. They just sit on top of your ears. They're not too clampy, but they do, they clamp enough to stay on. You can walk around with these on, move about, and they're not gonna fall off, unless you're really doing some crazy jumping about, or maybe if you're laying down lifting weights, they might come off your head, but they're not too loose by any means, and you can tighten them up a bit if you pull these up. It will move them up on your ears, but it will actually tighten them as well if you do this. I tend to have them about here. Let's jump on to the sound. So as I said, they're quite comfy. So the sound, initially, when I tried them out in the store I bought them from, I liked the sound. It sounded warm, not too shrill, nice kind of mix of highs, mids and lows. But after using them and listening to quite a bit of different music, I found the low end is a bit strong. In Japan, you have like a headphone type. They call it don chali, and the don is like the low boom boom boom, and the chali is the high sound. So these are that kind of headphone. They have a lot of bottom end and a little bit of sparkle on the top just to let the high end cut through. What I found though is if I put these through an equalizer, so either it's the Apple Music equalizer or whatever else I'm using, I can find an equalizer somewhere, and I press the reduce bass option. So in Apple Music, I hit reduce bass. It flattens these out quite nicely, and I find the bass doesn't irritate me so much. It's mostly in normal mode. In the noise cancellation mode, the bass is a little bit less. I find it's not as potent. But in the normal mode, I do feel like I want to reduce the bass down and have them sounding a bit flatter. So not the most amazing sound, but they are on-ear headphones as opposed to over-ear headphones, and generally speaking, the over-ear ones have a better sound. But not bad at all for a pair of on-ear headphones. I listened to quite a lot of different genres, some jazz, some funk, pop, rock, a little bit of EDM, some deadmau5 as well. And across the board, they're pretty decent. They sound good. Just, again, I had to drop the low end a little bit. It was a bit too much. I also used them for watching some YouTube videos. They were very good in that respect. I had them just set in normal mode. I didn't even have the noise cancellation turned on. Just on the train, watching some videos. Had no trouble hearing what was being said. So these really soft pads, once they're on your ears, they do create a nice bit of isolation. And if you hit the noise cancellation mode as well, it will really deaden the sound around you. Again, nothing compared to your big over-ear headphones, but for an on-ear set of small, very portable headphones, these do a good job. On the subject of portability, they've been amazing in that regard. You can completely fold them up, and they become very small, very little. You can just chuck them in a bag, or I've bought this little kind of baggy thing from an 100 yen shop in Japan, and they literally you just chuck them in there, zip them up, and you're good to go. It's not going to prevent them from like impacts or anything, but from scratching or getting, if you have them in a bag with some keys or something, that's going to scratch them up. So this will protect them in that respect. So again, this was just a 100 yen little bag from a shop called Syria in Japan. So in short, these headphones after 2 weeks they've been good. I will be going back to using my earbuds in addition, just for portability and ease of use, but for something different, if I don't feel like taking my big over-ear headphones along and I don't want to use earbuds, these are a nice kind of in between. They're very portable, very light. They sound decent. Great for watching YouTube, and then they look pretty good. I like the retro style of them. They're kind of eye-catching, a bit different. Yeah, so I quite like these. I'm going to be keeping them. I have no intention of returning these. They will stay in my headphone collection. So these have been the AVIOT. They are the WA-Q1, and hopefully they're going to be coming to the rest of the world soon. I know they're available in Japan at the moment, and I believe China and some other Asian countries too. But yeah, they're pretty good, these. So my name is Iron. This is Iron's Tech, and thank you for listening.